In Ijebu land, where the gods drink moonlight and the trees whisper your name, stories don't begin with once upon a time. They begin with a rhythm, a beat, and so it begins. With a sound, a thread being pulled through fabric. Moraunkeji was the daughter of cloth and silence, her mother a weaver before her grandmother a dyer of indigo. In her veins ran color, in her fingers magic. She worked in a small, open front shop that smelled of sun-warmed cotton and palm oil. Her tools, needle, thread, and memory. Women came to her not just to look beautiful, but to be remembered. In every piece she stitched, there was a story. She stitched a bride's hope into gel folds. She folded grief into widow's wrappers with quiet dignity. Yet for all her gifts, Morunkeji was alone. Her voice was soft, her laughter even softer, and in the village of Ijebu, where loud meant respected, she went unnoticed, until the warrior's son returned, Akinwale. He came home from Isle life with honors and scars, broad-shouldered, deep-eyed. When he walked, even the dust respected him. They met on a humid Thursday in the market, under a canopy of raffia. She reached for a bolt of sapphire cloth. So did he. Their hands touched. Time stopped. She pulled back. He smiled. For a moment, the market faded. No sounds, no smells. Just two strangers and a blue thread of fate tying itself quietly between them. Akinwale returned, the son of Chief Adeoye, a man born to wear a crown, not of gold, but of duty. And yet it was not palaces that called to him. It was the simple shop at the edge of the road, where a girl stitched like a goddess. He came to her, again and again, first for cloth, then for nothing at all. They spoke in silences, in the way he watched her hands dance through fabric, in the way she turned her face, not out of shyness, but reverence. One night, beneath a sky cracked with stars, they sat by the river. He spoke of battle, of blood on red soil, of screams that still echoed. She didn't speak. She listened. Then, without a word, she handed him a folded wrapper, indigo and gold. For protection, her eyes said. That night they kissed, once, gently, like two people meeting again after lifetimes apart. But love in Ijebu is rarely free. The son of a chief does not marry a girl whose lineage is stained by whispers. Her grandfather, they say, once betrayed the village during the drought of old. Her family name, Akintayo, was a quiet curse in powerful ears. Still, Moronkeji began to sew. Aso Ebi, matching ceremonial cloths for the two of them, red for courage, blue for truth, gold for their unspoken vows. One day, she thought, we will wear this together. But fate, like thread, often snaps where it is most taut. Jealous eyes saw what love tried to hide. Ayoka, the cousin of the chief, saw them beneath the palm trees. She heard laughter that wasn't hers, and jealousy, when starved, becomes venom. She whispered to the elders. She reminded the chief of the Akintayo curse. Your son, she said, lays with disgrace. Chief Adeoye summoned Akinwale. The great hall filled with thunder, not from the sky, but from the chief's voice. You are to marry the daughter of Oloya Balogan, he declared. She is of warriors. Her name is clean, her dowry strong. Akinwale refused, and so the chief did what no father should. He banished his own blood. Leave Ijebu, serve far, return when your heart obeys your head. Akinwale left at dawn. No farewell, no explanation, only a folded piece of Aso Ebi tucked under his tunic. That same day, the priestess summoned Moronkeji. In the shrine, amidst cowrie shells and flames, she was judged. You dared touch the bloodline of chiefs, they said. You have awakened old wounds. She was cursed, not in spell, but in sentence. May your needle never finish what it starts. Her shop emptied, her cloth folded, her voice gone. The wind stopped visiting her windows, and the villagers, once dressed in her beauty, turned their faces from her pain. Seasons passed. The harmattan came and went, carrying stories from distant lands. Wars raged. Kings rose and fell. Crops flourished, then failed. And through it all, she stayed. Moraunkeji became a ghost among the living. Her fingers, once swift, now trembled, but her needle never stopped. In silence, she finished the aso ebi, piece by piece, his tunic, her wrapper, one thread each night. It took 5 years. One morning, as the cock crowed thrice and the leaves danced without wind, a horse arrived. A rider dismounted. His beard was gray, his eyes tired. He placed a torn piece of fabric on her doorstep. "He is gone," he said, "but he wore it, always." Moraunkeji collapsed, not with a scream, not with a cry, but with a silence so deep the earth wept with her. She clutched the fragment, blue, gold, now stained with blood. She held it like a child holds its first breath. The world did not end, but hers did. Years passed again, and then something changed. A child came to her shop with a torn hem. She fixed it. A woman came with a wrapper, her wedding one. She had been left by her husband. Moraunkeji stitched her hot brick into a new design. Slowly, the shop breathed again, not with profit, but with healing. She became the weaver of the wounded, and though her heart remained wrapped in silence, her hands told stories. Then came the Festival of New Yams, a sacred day, a celebration of life, fertility, and tradition. Moraunkeji emerged, for the first time in 10 years, dressed not in mourning, but in the aso ebi she once stitched for 2. She wore it alone, red, gold, indigo. Her steps were not of pride, but of remembrance. The village froze. Even Chief Adeoye lowered his gaze. In her silence, she spoke of love that lived beyond exile, of a needle that defied curses, of a heart broken, then reborn. As the drums rose, she danced, slowly, her movements old but graceful. She laid the torn cloth from Akinwale before the shrine and whispered, "He never left. He is the thread between each breath I take." The people wept, not because she suffered, but because she endured. And in that moment, Ijebu remembered what it had forgotten, that love is not always meant to last, but always meant to change us. So let it be told, from loom to legend, that in Ijebu once lived a weaver, and though her love wore no crown, and her story no song, she stitched her soul into cloth